The Comedians of Carrion Ridge, Essay 8, The Carlin Critique, by K. Brad Barfield. By the 8th week, the Ridge had turned argumentative. The buzzards were divided over a theological question no one had asked, but everyone felt obligated to answer. Was laughter proof of divinity, or just a symptom of denial? Harlan, who was now eating 1 persimmon a day and talking mostly to himself, tried to stay out of it. But General Beauregard insisted that neutrality was the same as cowardice. If you sit in the middle of a fence too long, he said, you don't become wise, you just get splinters in both cheeks. So when the council gathered that night, Harlan was called to the perch as a witness. The air was thick with humidity and attitude. Beauregard perched at his side like a defense attorney, wings folded neatly, while the sky filled with a slow circle in a black shapes, all muttering and chuckling like old men on a courthouse bench. Then a single buzzard dropped low, landed hard, and stared at Harlan with the disappointed expression of a teacher who's already graded your essay. Carlin spoke first. "So," he said, scanning the horizon, "this is what enlightenment looks like. A man arguing with poultry in the woods. Fine by me. I've seen worse religions." The flock cackled. Carlin strutted around the rock, feathers flaring slightly, voice sharp and electric. "You people, humans, I mean, you can't leave anything alone. You find a mystery, and instead of enjoying it, you try to name it, file it, and turn it into a product. You got churches with gift shops now. That's not worship, that's merchandising your confusion." He paused, looking dead at Harlan. "And don't get smug, Professor. You're just the scientific version. You came here thinking you'd measure eternity with a ruler and a notebook. Well, guess what? Eternity doesn't fit on graph paper." The other buzzards hooted in agreement. Harlan felt his face heat. "I wasn't trying to measure anything," he said weakly. "Oh, sure you were. You call it microdosing. You wanted God in capsules. You thought if you took just enough of the right thing, you could sneak past the hard part of being alive. That's what all your little gadgets and doctrines are for, getting around the human condition like it's a traffic jam." Beauregard bristled. "Easy, George," he said. "The boy's learning. No need to peck him clean just yet." Carlin flared his wings. "Then stop calling it learning. This ain't school, it's detox. He's sweating out the nonsense." A ripple of uneasy laughter spread through the flock. Harlan didn't move. The words stung because they were true. Carlin leaned closer. "You want the real cosmic secret, kid? Here it is. There's no test, no lesson, no finish line. The universe ain't a school, it's a club, and half of you keep showing up thinking there's gonna be homework. There ain't. There's just the show. You can heckle it or you can enjoy it. Either way, the lights go out at the end." The silence afterwards was total. Even Beauregard had nothing to add. Harlan looked out over the valley, the pines trembling slightly in the night breeze, and for the first time he felt the full absurdity of what he'd done. He had come looking for wisdom and instead found a stand-up routine that cut deeper than any sermon. The truth wasn't sublime, it was funny, and that was the tragedy. Carlin flapped his wings once, settling himself. "Now don't misunderstand me," he said, softer. "I'm not saying it's all meaningless. I'm saying meaning's the bait, the joke's the hook. You spend your life chasing it, and by the time you realize what's biting you, it's too late to spit it out. That's what keeps the act going." Beauregard nodded. "The man's got a point," he said. "You can't find truth until you stop insisting it's supposed to feel holy." Harlan smiled faintly. "Then what's left?" "Timing," said Carlin. "Always timing." He turned to the others. All right, show's over. Let the man finish rotting in peace." The birds erupted in laughter, a strange, affectionate sound that seemed to shake the stars. One by one they took off, wings carving the moonlight until the ridge was empty again. Beauregard watched them go, then turned back to Harlan. "You did good," he said. "You took the hit without flapping. That's growth." Harlan exhaled slowly. "Feels more like being stripped." "Same thing," said the rooster. "One just sounds fancier." They sat there in the dark for a while, the valley breathing below them, the echoes of laughter still drifting through the trees. Finally, Harlan asked Beauregard, "General, what do you think? Was he right?" He tilted his head. "Carlin's always right, son. That's why the Lord keeps him on a short leash." Then with a small, dry smile, the rooster added, "But don't let him fool you. He laughs too." And somewhere out in the black sky, a single caw broke the silence, rolling down the ridge like a closing punchline.